times seek change, so must we, that the new time requires new response to new challenges.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Welcome to another edition of the program As You Answer the Call. Nigeria is making steady progress towards containing the deadly COVID-19 disease. Support this effort by respecting the COVID protocols and availing yourself for vaccination when it gets to your turn. Once again, welcome to the program As You Answer the Call. I am Bintu Magaji, your regular host on the program. Since the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria NAHCON got the authorization from the Infrastructure Consensual Regulatory Commission (ICRC) to engage in public-private partnership, NAHCON has put in place plans towards actualizing the arrangements in the PPP arrangements. NAHCON is to develop and convert its properties into assets. The strategies being adopted by NAHCON for the realization of this noble objective will form the thrust of our Spotlight segment tonight. Also in the program, we have our regular segments such as the NAHCON News Diary, which features the activities of NAHCON chairman, key functionaries of the commission, and other stakeholders. These and more shortly. Don't go away.
Every Muslim is a potential pilgrim. To make the Hajj possible for the Ummah, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria NAHCON is running a Hajj saving scheme through Jaiz Bank. The scheme allows depositors to gradually save for the Hajj over a period of time. Registration into the Hajj saving scheme is ongoing for all Muslims. Muslims wishing to perform Hajj can be enrolled into the scheme through the following outlets: NAHCON offices across the country, state pilgrims welfare boards, agencies and commissions, any branch of Jaiz Bank in the country. Enrollment can also be done directly by logging into dedicated sites for the scheme. Let's participate and support the Hajj saving scheme for better Hajj services.
Thank you for staying with us. Let's begin the program with the news diary as presented from our studio. The chairman of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria NAHCON, Alhaji Zikrullah Kuli Hassan, has described the Nigerian police as a strategic partner of the commission, particularly during the Hajj operations. The chairman stated this when he visited the Inspector General of Police, Alkali Baba Usman, at Louis Edet's house, Abuja.
The Nigerian Police Force is a strategic member of our security team, both in Nigeria and in Saudi Arabia, because we know that any country's security is determined, internal security is determined by the efficiency of its police force. We are no doubt that in your time it will be an history that will be written in a very positive way in your name.
While congratulating the Inspector General for his appointment and wished him successful tenure, the NAHCON chairman highlighted some of the key projects being implemented by the Commission to improve on Hajj management in Nigeria. The projects are the Hajj Saving Scheme, Hajj Training Institute, Public-Private Partnership, and many more.
As the IG ought to be aware too, in order to broaden the people who want to go to Hajj, in order to make it easy for them, we started last year the Hajj Saving Scheme, because not everybody wants to be sponsored, even if he's poor. But out of modesty, some want to go to Hajj or can keep on coming to the IG for sponsorship. So for such people, we have created a window where they can save, even if it has to be up to 10 years. And this is in partnership with the leading Islamic bank in Nigeria, Jaiz Bank, where this fund can also be invested in halal investment, and the returns are distributed to these subscribers.
PPP is a very good issue.
Responding, IG Alkali Baba applauded NAHCON for its strides towards enhancing Hajj administration, saying that all the policies could not have come at a better time.
The savings scheme is also something that is being done in other countries for a very long time. I think it needs to be encouraged. People are ready to do that. For a Fulani man to sell 2-3 cows at once, he's always thinking about the cows, even while that's what we used to joke with them as a Kanuri man. We always tease them, Shanuna Kazer Kazo Haji, and all this one. But with savings, I think it is going to work, and it's still a laudable program too.
He gave the assurance that the police will continue to strengthen its relationship with the Commission for the benefit of Nigeria.
We received them with excitement.
In other news, the Nigerian Consul General in Saudi Arabia, Ambassador Mansour Abdul Karim, said the resumption of Umrah from Nigeria is a welcome development to the Hajj and Umrah industry. The ambassador made this known in Jeddah while answering questions during a virtual interview. He said a high level of delegation had received the first batch of Nigerians who landed in Jeddah preparatory to performance of the Umrah exercise.
Actually, they arrived in a very anxious mood, and we too received them the same way. And then after exchange of pleasantries, we led them to the lounge where I addressed them. I welcomed them warmly, and then I told them to be ambassadors of Nigeria in the kingdom by way of behaving well, to stick to the rules and regulations that link the two that the country has stipulated. Has stipulated.
Ambassador Mansour said Nigerians are complying with the Saudi guidelines, particularly that of COVID-19, expressing satisfaction with their conduct during the Umrah exercise, stressing that the embassy will continue to enlighten the pilgrims about the do's and don'ts associated with the exercise.
And then I will also reiterate the issue of Tawakkalna and the Etimarna issue. By the time they come into the country, by the time they get vaccinated in Nigeria, they should ascertain that they are being issued with a certificate to indicate that they are duly vaccinated. And then while in the kingdom, they should await the health agent to ask them of those certificates, which of course are genuine. From that, they will now the agent will now advise them or assist them on how to queue to Tawakkalna and the Itimarna.
He then called on all those planning to undertake the Umrah pilgrimage to comply with all regulations set by the Saudi Arabia.
Every Muslim is a potential pilgrim. To make the Hajj possible for the Ummah, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria NAHCON is running a Hajj savings scheme through Jaiz Bank. The scheme allows depositors to gradually save for the Hajj over a period of time. Registration into the Hajj savings scheme is ongoing for all Muslims. Muslims wishing to perform Hajj can be enrolled into the scheme through the following outlets: NAHCON offices across the country, state pilgrims welfare boards, agencies and commissions, any branch of Jaiz Bank in the country. Enrollment can also be done directly by logging into dedicated sites for the scheme. Let's participate and support the Hajj savings scheme for better Hajj services.
Alhamdulillah, if just tuning in, the program is As You Answer the Call, a public enlightenment presentation that keeps you abreast on the activities of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria NAHCON and other Hajj-related matters. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria NAHCON has constituted an investment committee to oversee the development of its properties. This is a prelude to the establishment of a public-private partnership unit at the Hajj House to effectively coordinate the Commission's PPP arrangements. Tonight, the focus of our Spotlight segment is a training session organized by the Commission for members of the committee and other stakeholders on how to discharge their duties diligently under the new PPP arrangement. Stay tuned, don't go away.
لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
On this note, I have the honor to...
Having met all the requirements set by the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission, ICRC, the Acting Director General of the Commission, Mr. Michael Ohiani, presented NAHCON with the Certificate of Compliance known as Outline Business Case, OBC. It was on Tuesday the 15th of June 2021 at the conference hall of the Hajj House. By securing the certificate, NAHCON is certified to go into public-private partnership. Since then, NAHCON has been working out modalities towards actualizing this policy, one of which is the establishment of a public-private partnership unit at the Hajj House. While the plan is underway, the Commission for now has constituted an investment committee to oversee the development of its properties.
So for now, and it's one of the recommendations from the ICRC, we should have a unit that will be responsible for that one. So what we intend to do is that for now, we want the committee to continue working so that at least all this PP arrangement came into fruition. So by the time that they are working, then some of the members of the committee, actually they are going to form the unit. So as they are working, then we will make sure that at least the unit is formed and they are working with them. Then gradually there will be a transformation, then the unit will be just there working.
Either where the cost of service is very high.
And so, in order for members of this investment committee and other stakeholders at NAHCON to discharge this responsibility effectively, NAHCON organized a 2-day training for them. The training, titled Basic PPP Capacity Building for Hajj Commission Staff, took place on Wednesday the 18th and Thursday the 19th of August 2021 at the conference hall of the Hajj House. Resource persons at the training were drawn from the Nigerian Institute of Infrastructure and Public-Private Partnership.
We are now set to be...
Declaring the training open, NAHCON Commissioner of Operations Alhaji Magaji Abdullahi Hardawa had this to say.
By the intent and in reality, the legal instrument establishing the commission made us to be a service organization. By pursuant to some provisions in the law establishing the commission, we are now set to be a revenue generating entity for the government of Nigeria.
And how PPPs are viable.
On day one of the training, presentations were made on the following subjects: public procurement regimes in Nigeria and the infrastructure market, creating an enabling environment, legal, institutional, and regulatory framework for PPP in Nigeria, and public-private partnership case study.
To engage an advisor to run this system with you, you will need to do it using the Public Procurement Act under the guidance of Bureau of Public Procurement, BPP. Then when you get that done, the selection of a concessionaire by competitive procurement will need to be in line with ICRC Act.
Both legal and regulatory frameworks that are meant to guide or midwife the PPP process is aimed at ensuring the success of that same project or PPP project.
Before the concession, MPA performs all operations. They are the regulator, they are the operator, and they are the landlord. But with the introduction of PPP, the structure completely changed.
Then we have consultant qualification.
On the second day, the following papers were presented: the role of transaction advisors, standard clauses in a PPP agreement or concession agreement, sources of funds and viability of PPP project risk identification and allocation. Others were PPP procurement routes, solicited and unsolicited, contract compliance and monitoring, and improving government's revenue through PPPs.
Prepare your cost estimate. What do you think it will cost? It has to be realistic. You can coordinate, speak to other PPP units. What did it cost you to do a similar assignment? You look at your assignment, say 6 months assignment, is it 9 months, 12, and you get a realistic budget?
Starting the project and at the point of recouping the investment, because like we all know, the private sector that is coming in to partner with the government to provide an infrastructure or a service are not there. They are not coming in for as Father Christmas. So we need to properly identify the financing and also the returns.
Is signed, you now start to monitor the contract against the terms and conditions in the contract. This is what we term as commercial close. Commercial close is when everything has been signed. All the contracts have been signed.
Subjected to competitive bidding.
The presentation generated comments, questions and observations from participants. In their remarks at the end of the training session, NAHCON Chairman Alhaji Zikrullah Kulle Hassan and the Commissioner of Operations Alhaji Abdullahi Magaji Hardawa appreciated the ICRC for supporting NAHCON to achieve its PPP objectives.
For us, we cannot say a big thank you enough for what the ICRC has done for us. And by this, I'm not trying to be hyperbolic. I'm saying these are things we have witnessed in our few moments in your office. And so with you as our partner, we feel strengthened that our resolve to be a PPP pro organization is on course.
Believe me, each one of us will attest to the fact that we are better off as individuals, and certainly in the long run, the Hajj Commission would be better off because of what we have gained. All along, we were just interested in going into PPP endeavors without knowing the nitty-gritties. Now you have exposed us and we are better off, and by the grace of Allah, we shall continue to expand our participation in these PPP endeavors.
NAHCON Director of Administration and Human Resource, who doubled as the chairman of the Investment Committee, Dr. Ibrahim Sodangi, said the trainings are designed in phases.
The training is in 3 stages. So this is the basic that encompasses the participant to know all about infrastructural concession regulatory commission. Then we have the intermediate and then the advanced. This intermediate and advanced is the participants are to come from those committees because they are the people like the project delivery team, like the foot soldiers.
NAHCON is aggressively pursuing this policy in order to improve its revenue base for the benefit of the Hajj industry in Nigeria and beyond.
Every Muslim is a potential pilgrim. To make the Hajj possible for the Ummah, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria (NAHCON) is running a Hajj saving scheme through Jaiz Bank. The scheme allows depositors to gradually save for the Hajj over a period of time. Registration into the Hajj saving scheme is ongoing for all Muslims. Muslims wishing to perform Hajj can be enrolled into the scheme through the following outlets: NAHCON offices across the country, state pilgrims welfare boards, agencies and commissions, any branch of Jaiz Bank in the country. Enrollment can also be done directly by logging into dedicated sites for the scheme. Let's participate and support the Hajj saving scheme for better Hajj services.
MashaAllah, you're still watching as you answer the call. Coming up next is Making the Hajj.
Performing Umrah or Lesser Hajj is an act of worship recommended for Muslims. What then is the Umrah? What rights are associated with it?
Umrah is a very interesting act.
On Making the Hajj, Imam Sharafuddin Aliagan answers these and other questions.
The concept of Umrah in Islam is a spiritual activity that is attached with physical act of ibadah, physical act of righteousness. It is regarded as a lesser hajj or a lesser pilgrimage, or in other words, a short version of pilgrimage. It is not as full of activities of the proper Hajj.
The Hajj is performed on specific months and days. Is it the same with the Umrah?
Umrah has no specific time. Umrah can be observed all through the year. And Umrah can be performed even twice a day, as short as it is. The average time for Umrah is 2 hours, depending on the crowdness of the Kaaba and the places where Muslims are expected to perform the lesser Hajj.
What are the key pillars of Umrah?
That is number 1, the Haram. Number 2, Tawaf. Tawaf is part of the pillars of Umrah. And the third one is As-Sa'yu bayna Safa wal Marwa. These are the major pillars of Umrah, in which if one of it is missing, that Umrah remains null and void.
In what way is the Umrah different from Hajj?
Umrah is a supererogatory act of ibadah and emphatical sunnah of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, but not one of the pillars of Islam. This differentiates it from Hajj. Number 2, Hajj has a stipulated time for it to be performed, like I said earlier. Umrah has no stipulated time. So, number 3, Hajj has some other activities, has more activities than that of Umrah. In Hajj, you have to be on Arafah. It is a compulsory one. Al-Hajju Arafah, like the Prophet did say. But when it comes to Umrah, you don't have to get to Arafah.
We shall continue with the discussions in our subsequent editions.
Alhamdulillah. Up next is the quiz. Welcome to the quiz segment. The question in the last episode was, list the major pillars of Umrah. The correct answer is Ihram, Tawaf, and Sa'i. The winner is Dahiru Adamu from Asokoro, Abuja. He provided the answer ahead of others. Dahiru Adamu will be contacted on how NAHCON will reach him with the prize he won. A quiz winner will get 25,000 Naira cash prize. This is part of NAHCON's effort in social investment in Nigeria. Now to the quiz for this week. And the question is, name 3 ways that make the Hajj different from Umrah. I repeat, name 3 ways that make the Hajj different from Umrah. Text your answer to the number shown on your screen. The winner will be the first person whose correct answer is received. All answers should carry the name and location of sender. Good luck and happy viewing. Once again, good luck to you. Before we round off the program, we take some messages from our viewers, including a question seeking clarification. Hassan Ibrahim from Kaduna State sent in this question. What is the benefit of those who decide to roll over their Hajj deposits?
Should we have a limited space? We have already made our position known that the first people to be considered will be those who would have rolled over their Hajj registration fare. Yes, in that order. And then those who now come after that, and after that, and after that, in that order of first come, first serve.
Viewers seeking clarification or have questions to ask on any matter relating to Hajj and Umrah management and operations can do so through this program. Relevant officials will be contacted to respond appropriately. We welcome your messages, comments, observations, and questions through our mobile number and other social media platforms. Remember, you can stop the spread of coronavirus by complying with all preventive measures. Let's support our governments in the fight against coronavirus. That's it on this edition of the program as you answer the call. Join me same time next week for another package. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا